Hello guys and girls, welcome back to the Rome Let's Play of Civ 5. I'm Dreamless Sleep. In the last episode we basically just set up the early game, set up our civilization, and now it's time to continue our journey. So let's have a look at what we were. So at the moment we only have 2 cities and we're kinda isolated right here, and in the last episode we kinda discussed whether or not we should be taking Jerusalem or whether or not I should be landing here. And since I've played the game, I've really been thinking that this might be a good option, just to land over here, find a city here, and then we will have a much better vantage point to take Jerusalem should we still want to. Because from our current position, taking Jerusalem is gonna be a pain. It's gonna cost a lot of units, a lot of time. It's just not really all that feasible. So let's see, let's just get right back into this. Choose some research. I think I was going with animal husbandry. Yes, I just researched that. So I'm thinking about going for ironworking, but I will only have 2 iron to play with. So, you know, I can only build 2 legion units, which is not too useful. So instead of that, I might go and rush civil service. Let's see if there's anything we might want to pick up first. Yeah, this all seems fine. Actually, let's go construction first. It will give us the composite bowman for some extra defense. And it will also allow us to build Colosseum so we can get our happiness up, because it's not too high at the moment. Settling here will give us access to marble and silk, so it will help us out a little bit, but not too much. Alright. You just go around the barbarians, just keep scouting for now. And then let's see, next turn. Wittenberg. From Austria. Austria is currently protecting Wittenberg, so that's not really relevant. Let's see, so the next couple of turns will probably go by relatively quickly. So we're just setting up for basically the colonization of this land over here. This should be a relatively safe spot to expand to, as it is next to Vienna. It is next to a capital, so they will definitely not like us, you know, settling over here. But Vienna tends to be relatively peaceful. Like with the Iroquois, it would be a bigger problem than with Vienna to settle that close to them. The city will have some, you know, defensive issues. We might want to also rush like a composite bowman and sail it over here, because this city is going to be isolated and a bit harder to protect. Keep moving him around. Keep moving you around. Yeah, just sail through the territory, that's fine.
Ich sehe, ihr bewundert meinen neuen Damast.
I'm gonna refuse embassies for now, just to make sure that they don't exactly know where I am at. This will change when I land here. They will automatically have a target to attack anyway, so at that point I might as well just give them an embassy and let them know where I am. Apologies. But for now I like to keep them in the dark a bit. So this will be the end of my scouting, as well, maybe I can get some military access or open borders with them. No. Trade. Can we do open borders? Okay. I never knew you actually needed a technology for that. So let's just have you sail back however long that takes. And yeah, just keep going. So after the National College, I will probably start building a settler in Rome and start settling the coast over here as soon as possible. Because if I'm gonna do this, it's paramount that I do it relatively quickly. Because Vienna might at any point decide to have their second city on the coast here, which would kinda ruin my plans.
How happy.
Masonry, great. You keep going. Okay, so that's the end of the continent. Have a look what's over here and that will be it. Send my scout over here, he can help protect the new city once it's up. There we go, so I'm gonna upgrade the iron just in case. Don't actually have the technology yet to use it, but it will be relevant in the future. And one more turn until the National College is finished, and then we will start building our settler. So meanwhile, now that we have animal husbandry, it will become important to upgrade all of the animal resources around my capital. Because at the moment I'm losing out on quite a bit of production that way. Yeah, let's just send you back over here. And you will build a settler. Will only be 4 turns, so that's pretty good. And let's see, Antium will almost have its granary finished, so that's good for food production over there. Otherwise we're doing quite good. I think science is pretty good at this time, culture not too bad. Gold, usually I would like to have a little bit of a bigger buffer, but considering we haven't connected up any of our cities yet either, it's fine. Might want to do that soon. Let's see, what do I want to build in Antium next? I think I'm gonna go for a couple of workboats to upgrade these fish resources. Should really get us going, so yeah, let's start with a workboat.
Wisdom and virtue.
And there's the wheel. Construction will be next, great. So at this point I could build a road between my cities. I'm not sure how useful that will be. I might just wait for the harbor technology to link up my cities anyway. Since I won't be able to link up my city on the coast here anytime soon. Well, actually not at all with a road until I conquer Jerusalem. People with the pointiest sticks, yeah, so the Iroquois, as expected, are kind of gearing up for war at the moment. So Vienna actually has a decent military power, or Austria I should say. Okay, and this one is actually not that big of a threat. I'm at the bottom of the list, which is to be expected. I have not built a single military unit yet in this game. Well, technically the Trireme is a military unit, of course, but it's not really that powerful or useful at this point in the game. I have my warrior unit over here, but really that's not gonna do much. I will probably at some point build a city on this hill as well. Just because there's salt over here, there's quite a few resources nearby, so that would actually be a decent city, I think. But for now, am I gonna risk just sailing it over there though? I think I am. My Trireme is way too far away. I haven't seen any barbarian ships in a while, so it should be fine. So in Rome we are now going to build, let's see. The Great Library still hasn't been built, and I'm not really feeling the necessity to build anything else at the moment. So I think we're gonna give that a shot, just see if we can still go for that. Boost our science nicely, so that's always great. And if not, like, it's only 7 turns, so if like in 3 or 4 turns it gets built somewhere else, no big deal, we get a bit of extra gold and we can build something else. Was not expecting for the Great Library to be open for this long. Really was expecting some of the other civs to have, you know, built it by now at least. Actually, quite a few turns ago already. Did you just... Well, that's why you should actually never let your units decide where they go, and you should always kind of try to manually control them. I should actually scout this out a little bit with my Trireme. Might just be Shadow Water bridge to the other continent, though I don't... There's usually not, but you never know.
Three things.
Next, construction. So I think now it's definitely we're going for civil service, just straight up. This way it's gonna do drama and poetry first. Do I really want that? No, I think I want currency first. And then probably trapping and horseback riding, because the stable would be very nice in my capital. Because Rome has a lot of animal resources around it. So you can upgrade the cows. So now we're gonna just upgrade all of these animal resources around Rome, because it's like 4 extra production just waiting to be picked up. 7 gold for salt resource, that's pretty good. Keep a close eye on this one. Basically going one tile at a time, so that if I get like a barbarian ship into my reach, one could have been here, I can always use the extra turn to just go on land. Yeah, you upgrade it to pasture. So this island might also be interesting for colonization later on, and especially just to have an extra naval stronghold, right, to basically harass this coastal region from, or even a trade base to have trade with some of these cities. So basically, as we wage war, it would be nice to have a base here where we can, you know, have ships heal up when they are assaulting either this coast, or maybe we want to start some wars with city-states over here, depending on who they ally with. And at the moment I'm not doing great on my economics, so I won't probably have a lot of city-state allies in the future. The first workboat is done. I might just go for 1 or 2 more just straight away. Alright, seems safe. Keep going. But we'll see. I think a lighthouse might actually be good at the moment. And then we will go for workboats after that to, you know, have all the fish resources upgraded. So there's 5 fish resources within the reach of Antium, which will make it a pretty strong city growth-wise. It's actually quite amazing to have that many fish resources in the vicinity of one city. Oh, and at the moment I can't go this way anymore either, so my ship is kind of stuck here. So I might, when I get civil service, try to get like open borders with what is this civ called? It's Ethiopia. I just forgot for a moment. And just sail it through, but if that doesn't happen, then I'm just gonna disband the units and then just build a new ship if I feel the need to. It's definitely taking a while for the settler to get here. Actually, you should start scouting this area so I don't run into any barbarians.
Mathematics is the...
Keep going. So it actually looks, or starts to look like, we might actually get the Great Library, which is not something I was expecting. Actually, since I don't have that much gold. Okay, I could get 5 gold if I do this within my territory, but what the hell. So yeah, that gives me an extra gold per turn, which at the moment is actually quite nice. Just have you over there. So I'm almost in position to settle my third city. There will be a little bit, no, not too much. By Vienna there will be a little bit of overlap. They will definitely not be happy with me settling here, so that's something to keep in mind. This action is probably going to cause a war with Vienna at some point in the future. They chose to settle to the north, it's actually good for me. I actually got the Great Library, that's pretty great, so it's Actually, let's see, either engineering, ironworking, or drama and poetry. Let's see, I might just go for ironworking with this one because it's kinda out of the way and all of the other ones are within the path I'm gonna discover anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna go for ironworking just so I can build a few legion units should the need arise. Especially since I'm about to settle the city, which is definitely under some risk of attack by Austria. Let's see, so I actually got the Great Library, something I was not expecting. So, do I want to go for another wonder though? That's the question. The Hanging Gardens is very good for building a big city. Colossus, don't care too much. Oracle is also very nice, free social policy. Because otherwise I will start building a Colosseum, because I do need some extra happiness as well. I'm gonna go for Colosseum just to be safe, because really some of the other wonders are going to be built by some of the other civilizations pretty soon, I would have to assume. So far this playthrough has surprised me a little with how little the AI seems to be going after the wonders in this one. Yeah, found the city here. So that immediately drops my unhappiness below the threshold. So after this lighthouse I should also build a Colosseum in that city. Let's just go for a monument over here for now. And I should definitely get this worker unit over here, right, to upgrade the silk. So actually I have enough gold to just buy a second worker, which I think, yeah, is definitely the way to go at the moment. I would actually rather have the extra gold per turn. Thank you. So basically the AI is willing to give you 1 gold per turn for an embassy, so if they offer you an embassy with a trade deal you can neglect that and ask them for an extra gold per turn. Which in my opinion is usually the better way to go about that. Let's see, let's keep you on this hill so I can kinda see what Vienna's up to. So, yeah, for now I'm going to be polite and say we apologize and stuff. But really, of course, we don't really care. I mean, the AI... Usually I don't care too much if they get pissed off, because winning a war against the AI is usually not too hard. And the terrain around Kumi is... I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's really kind of rough, so... not too worried about that. Yeah, you just be alert. So yeah, this worker's just gonna keep upgrading the land around Rome, which I really prefer to have him do that than sail all the way to Kumi anyway. I really don't think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's the way I'm going.
Batter is bread.
Currency right now, so we could do market should we ever get into gold need. It's actually good. Let's see, over here I think I'm gonna have to go for Colosseum at the moment. Just to get the unhappiness down. Let's see, culture wise. Don't really care for aesthetics. What do I get over here? I do get 1 happiness from each trade route if I go for this, but I don't have trade routes yet. I mean trade connections between my cities. This would be really nice to get my unhappiness down quite substantially, so I'm probably gonna go down that path. For now it looks like we're not gonna be a big sprawling empire anytime soon, so that should work. And let's see, yeah, at this point just go for civil service anyway. Or no, I do want stables first, so I'm gonna micromanage this a little bit. Because I have a lot of sheep and cattle around my capital, so that will get 1 extra production if I build a stable there. Which I'm definitely gonna do, because that's another like extra 4 production I get from that. That will make Rome a really, really well-rounded city actually at the moment. It has good production, good food. Quite happy with the spawn of the capital in this playthrough. Yeah, at this point I'm fine with embassies. So yeah, so Stonehenge is built, so actually that's also pretty late for Stonehenge to be built, but the AI is definitely starting to build some of the wonders. So yeah, as long as I'm unhappy, Kume is not really gonna grow, right? So that's a big problem because this city needs to grow to gain some strength. So yeah, upgrading this and getting my hands on this is definitely important. I might even buy that just to be sure I get it. This might piss off Vienna a little bit more, but you know, I'm willing to risk it. So let's see, I still kind of want to go for the Oracle or the Hanging Gardens. I'm just gonna try. We will see where this ship lands. So it's actually really, really hot here today. It's bound to be, I'm recording this in the Netherlands and it's bound to be the hottest day this year so far. So I'm actually just sitting in my room sweating quite a lot. So yeah, not much is happening at the moment. As I said, since we spawned really isolated, like any kind of wars and stuff will probably be until the mid game. So I'm expecting go for civil service, like anywhere around the Renaissance era. We'll probably start getting into some conflict. Might be earlier if Vienna really starts to get pissed off with us. Before that time, I am probably not gonna start any conflict myself, just to be able to gear up Kume, and just in general we have a good position, so there's no reason to rock the boat. Definitely build a granary here. I'm hoping this deforestation still counted towards something. I'm not sure if it did. That would be a waste. Oh well, just build a plantation over here. Okay, so I'm almost having have built the Colosseum in Antium, which will give me +1 happiness. So that will allow for a little bit of growth again. And then once this is built, we will have plenty of growth to play with, and then we'll start upgrading this, and we should be fine for a while again. So the Terracotta Army was built by the Iroquois. That's going to be a problem. They're definitely going to use that to go to war. They already had the biggest military on this continent and in the game even. So that's definitely problematic. Well, not for us yet, but if they conquer Vienna, right, we're definitely in the next step. So far, Vienna has not shown me any units that look too dangerous or threatening to me. Quite happy about that. But you never know what's just beyond the horizon we can see, of course. So let's see, I think another workboat in Antium is the way to go. Start upgrading more of these fish resources. Oh yeah, I think I just missed an attack that Kume could have done on this ship, but it's not too big a deal at the moment. So yeah, there you have it. The Iroquois declared war on Austria. So that could really upset the power balance on this continent. Let's see, you finished over there, so start upgrading this one. So yeah, at the moment we're back up to the +4 happiness, so we should be good for a little bit. start growing again. Ooh, that's not good. Now my unit will survive, but it's not what you want to see. So I am kind of tempted to take Jerusalem and Wellington at some point in the future. Definitely Jerusalem, because it will, you know, has this great channel positioning, as well as kind of blocking my passage up north. And then I definitely want a city over here at some point, and yeah, from there we will see. We will definitely have to expand into Vienna and Salzburg at some point in this game, but we will see when the proper time for that is. So here are some Iroquois units. I'm hoping I'm not the first target. Definitely the weakest target on this continent at the moment. Let's see. You improve that, and you get there. So let's see, let's build. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go for a market here. So getting the economy going a little bit. And I might actually just purchase a unit in Cumae just to be safe. Have a composite bowman over there. So, the Iroquois actually also built the Parthenon then. I did not notice that on the notification screen. So that's interesting. It's not usually a building I see them rushing, but... Okay, so where on earth are you planning to settle with that? It's not that much room left. Huh, interesting. I'm hoping he's not going like down here, because that would be annoying. Plus these might be nice coasts for me to settle actually. Just, you know, have a settler come over here. So that way my empire would be a little bit spread out, which tends to be a bit dangerous. But then again, we're only playing on Prince difficulty, so it's not too bad. So we'll actually be able to finish up the Hanging Gardens as well, which I'm actually really surprised by. So I think the Oracle is still out there actually. Huh, they did not get the Parthenon. So where did they get the... because they already have 2 tourism. That's weird. So, do I build... Because I definitely kind of want to go for another wonder in Rome, just because. Market is not... Oh, actually the stable first. Definitely the stable first. Never mind. Forgot about that. And after that, if I still can go for any of the wonders that are still up, I might actually try that. Upgrade this one as well. What is my production up to? So I already have like 18.9 production in Rome, which will go up by another 4 when the stable is done, so that's quite good for this stage of the game. At least I think it is. It has been a while since I played this, so I'm a little bit hazy on some of the like more deep numbers within this game. So far I'm not too unhappy with how we're doing. Vienna is already starting to fall, that's not good news. Let's have a look, yeah. Vienna's not gonna last very long anymore. It's very bad news. So I think I'm gonna go with walls in Cumae just because. So the Iroquois are very expansionistic, so as long as you're not on their borders you can usually have pretty good relations with them, but as soon as they capture Vienna, for instance, they're gonna start looking to expand somewhere else, and if they can't do it by settling, then they will do it by going to war. So the Parthenon has been built now, so in a faraway land, so we don't know who built it.
The only thing that's
Service, there we go. So my happiness is already starting to fall quite a bit again. This one's almost done, but still. So I'm not sure whether Vienna will be able to hold. I'm not sure what else is behind this, right? Because I do still have a spearman over here. The city does seem to be a decent health still. We'll have to see. It would be nice if Vienna holds, because that means that the Iroquois will be kinda in a stalemate for at least some time, which will definitely curb their ascent. Let's see, where do I want to go next? So I'm really thinking, right, that machinery and gunpowder might be good things to start going for. But I want to get education first, because I think we're doing pretty well in science. And I want to keep it that way. So we're gonna go into education first, and then probably I'm gonna rush to gunpowder just to get rifleman units out. And that should really mean we're basically safe for at least a while. Losing grasp on Jerusalem, I don't really care, to be honest. Pretty sure it's too late to find any religion. And usually, one religion can still be found. Alright, well, I usually don't play the religion game. I think it's mainly important for the early game, right? Or if you want to go for culture victory, I guess it's nice if you if you're able to get the world religion to be your religion, right? Because it gets you extra tourism. Other than that, I don't find religion to be that useful. It's a nice bonus, and if you can go for it easily, then, you know, go for it. Like if I run into one of the goodie huts that actually gives you fate, and it immediately gives me enough fate for Pantheon, at that point I will put in the extra effort to get a religion. But other than that, I usually don't go for one. So I'm really I want to build the Oracle. I also want to build Chichen Itza for the extra happiness. Yeah, we're gonna go for Chichen Itza at the moment. And I think after the market we're gonna build another workboat again here. Upgrade this fishery resource. And let's see. I think Vienna might be fine for now from what I'm seeing. So that's good. Getting 2 faith from this? Oh, that's probably because I apologize for that. Buddhism is starting to be active in Kume. Alright, so let's start upgrading these 2 sheep resources. I have just kind of noticed, and I only just noticed this now, but Kume does not have great access to food tiles. It has to the north a little bit, so that should be fine, but I've seen better by far. Okay, so there is another Iroquois unit over here as well. Where's that spearman unit Vienna had around? Because I feel like they could definitely hold this off if they try. But then again, the AI is never that good in battles in this game. Tend to be a bit clumsy with their units. So let's see, what do we build over here? So yeah, we're definitely gonna go with a workboat. There's not really anything else I feel like I need to build right here. Definitely don't need walls or barracks. I'm not gonna use this city for unit production anytime soon. So let's see, a workboat. And yeah, I think Antium is definitely gonna be our biggest city, like 10 or 20 turns from now. Because it's gonna overtake Rome, I feel, pretty soon. Has way more and better access to food resources. So I'm really rooting for Vienna here. It looks like it might get conquered. To be fair, if they just manage to take out the warrior units, or what are they called, the Mohawk warriors, they should be able to survive. So see, next turn. So theology is almost done. I'm not really gonna do anything with this because, like I stated before, I didn't do anything with religion. So, you know, at this point it's really not important for me to go for any of that. So you want to give me 2 iron for salt. I don't think I'm actually gonna go for that. I don't really need iron. Instead we're gonna just give or ask for 7. Let's see if he gives it to me. He does, that's fine. Because at the moment I'm 13 plus with my gold, but it's important to remember that I have 2 trade deals at the moment, each giving me 7 gold per turn. So at, you know, my own production I'm actually -1, so it's important to keep those trade deals active at the moment. So otherwise I would actually be running at a deficit. So from where I'm standing, it really starts to look like Vienna will actually survive. Very, very good. It's a good development. It will keep the power balance on this continent a little bit more intact until we start to get involved ourselves with some of the wars. And I'm thinking about just building 2 legion units soon, maybe a ballista, and conquering Jerusalem, because, you know, it's really one of those cities that I am gonna conquer at some point in this game, and I might as well then do it sooner rather than later. And I think I'm gonna go for another workboat straight away in Antium, because, you know, the other fish resource just became part of our territory. So it's a good time now to just get all of them. Still one over here, but it will be a while before the city gets that territory, I think, yeah. Let's see, I just keep upgrading this. I might after this actually build a road between Rome and Antium. Just because it will be a while before I connect them up with harbors, and it will grant me a bit of extra gold. So yeah, it definitely looks like Vienna is gonna survive, so very thankful for that. So we're gonna keep going into tradition for now. Commerce and exploration are actually also very good for us, because every single city is at a coast right now. Actually, I think, yeah, going into exploration is better at the moment. Because the 1 happiness from lighthouses will do almost as much as the other one. Well, the other one will give me already 5. From lighthouses I can get like 2 or 3 at the most. At the moment. But it will also allow us to get like extra production in coastal cities, and that's actually really helpful. And I think I'm gonna get the Chichen Itza in this game, so we will get some extra happiness from that. Yes, definitely continue that. The final religion just got founded. So let's see, what should we build in Kume at the moment? It's either gonna be a library or stoneworks. I think I'm gonna go for the library first. Because as soon as I have education, I want to get my universities up as soon as possible, to get Oxford University, so getting a library built towards that nicely. At the moment we've already been going for about 40 minutes, so it's about time to start wrapping up this episode actually. Time just flies. I find when I'm playing this game, time really just flies by. What am I gonna build over here now? I'm thinking about maybe cargo ship. Yeah, I think it's about time I start using my trade route capacity actually. It's really a shame of the gold. I should be able to trade with either Jerusalem or Wellington from down here, I think. I think those are within range. So the Iroquois and... nice, Chichen Itza is finished. So the Iroquois and Austria have actually made peace at the moment, so that's really just great news for the continent. It really means that not much is gonna happen. Oh, they did actually give up Salzburg. Ooh, that's weird though, because I feel like Vienna could hold them off pretty easily. Huh. I guess the Iroquois have enough units behind that, you know, their threat level was high enough for Vienna to give up a city. Strange. Well, at least they're still alive for now, so for now we are still in decent shape. So, what to build in Rome? So the Oracle still hasn't been built. I'm really amazed by the amount of wonders from like the early game that still haven't been built. Like the pyramids are still up for grabs, Colossus is still up for grabs, Oracle's still up for grabs. It's really amazing at the moment. I'm actually gonna go for the Oracle. If nobody else will, I will. Yeah, so you start building a road actually. Getting me in position to build a road to Antium from Rome. So by the time education is finished, the Oracle will be pretty close to completion. If nobody else completes it by then, I will definitely finish, and if somebody completes it before then get a bit of extra gold, and I will build a new university instead. So the Great Wall has only been built now as well. Okay. So I'm not sure whether or not I'm misremembering, because I'm playing at like the King difficulty, I think. So like I remember the AI going after wonders much more aggressively than they are doing this game. I find myself being able to like stroll to certain wonders where usually you would really need to rush them if you wanted to get them. I think the thing might be I'm used to in the past playing on bigger map sizes, so there are more AIs out there that might go for a wonder. I think that's actually it, now that I think about it. So I think Stoneworks is the next step in Kume. So I do want to try to keep my happiness a little bit higher than it is now, because 4 is quite low. My cities are still growing at quite a decent pace, so you run out of that really quickly. Like 5 turns from now or 4 turns from now it's already going to be at 2, a few turns after it's going to be at 1, so keep building up that happiness. So we finished education. So yeah, I'm gonna go straight for gunpowder after that. It will also allow us to pick up some things like the workshop and the aqueduct, which we don't have, which is really good for production and growth in our cities. And then gunpowder will be a really good unit, or military tech that gives us the rifleman unit, so that should secure our position for at least a bit. And actually, I think that would be a nice timing to start taking over Jerusalem. let's first see what kind of trade routes we can get, and then I will decide whether I'm building another cargo ship immediately or a bit later. Yeah, definitely trade with Jerusalem for now. And I think I'm building another cargo ship in Antium straight away. No, of course not. We have universities to build now. So you're gonna build a university. I think in a few more growth spurts and it definitely becomes time to just buy the Krakatoa and just get the extra science from that, because you know it will be a really nice boost to Antium science output, which is already considerable. Science in the capital of course being more, but then again I have my national college there and my great library. Now that I'm looking back, since Antium might be bigger in the end anyway, it might have been better to build the National College and Great Library in Antium because of their percentual science bonuses as well, and the extra 5 science that the city can just get. But I'm not sure about that. It's nice that I had, you know, a boost in science early as well, and the only way to get that was to build them in Rome. So I'm not sure how that kind of trade-off will work out in the end. Might get this solved at some point. Well, might not, I will, but just a matter of time when to get that. Because it won't really help us out at all, but it is nice to trade it away. Oh, we're already at good terms with Jerusalem again, which is annoying, right? Because I'd rather be just normal with them and then declare war and not feel like somebody who's backstabbing. But the extra fate is nice for now. Like by the time we're in the late game, we might be able to use it to buy like a great engineer or one of the other great people. It's probably the only thing that Fate will do in this this particular playthrough. Actually, also got the Oracle. It's amazing. Really is amazing to me. So, are we gonna go for a bit extra happiness? I think I'm gonna go for the production first. Really help Kome to grow as well. So let's see, where do we go next? So at first we're gonna build a university and then a market, and then we will look if there's any interesting wonders we can move into from there. Might also really wanna build few military units in Rome soon. Yeah, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. I don't think we've even spotted that on the map yet. I might be missing it. I'm going quite quickly, but just a quick look around. I don't remember seeing it on the map anywhere. No, not yet. So yeah, definitely not gonna be able to do that for them anytime soon. So yeah, by now I think I'm closing into like 50 minutes of gameplay, so we're definitely gonna wrap this up soonish. Let's see, what do I want to build over here? Let's build a Colosseum. It's nice happiness, plus building Colosseum here will allow me to build a National Circus, or Grand Circus, what's it called? The Circus Maximus is what it's called. Which will give us an extra 5 happiness, so that's pretty good. And let's see, let's go for a few more turns at least. Wait until we have not rifling, but gunpowder researched. And then wrap it up at that point, I think. Build a plantation over there. Colossus just got built. It's alright. Build a plantation over here, so let's see. Rome's gonna build a market next, and I think a workshop after that. Let's get some of the main buildings in place. It's also important to have these buildings ready kinda, so I can benefit from the bonus production when I get a building in my capital first. which I haven't done much this game because I only have 2 other cities, but basically when you play as Rome you want to have most of the main buildings built in your capital, even if you don't feel like you need them. Just so if you need them somewhere else later in the game in one of your newer cities, you can build them, you know, just that extra little bit more quickly. Ooh, went into our first golden age. Yeah, since our happiness has been very low, it's not surprising that we go into a pretty late first golden age. Nonetheless, it's always nice. Some extra gold income is always good. And I might actually buy my next settler if I don't find time to fit it into one of my slots anytime soon. When we reach 500, I might just buy one. Because I'm still kind of thinking about doing a coastal city over here. This looks like a pretty good position. It's not too close to any of the borders. Though it will be slightly dangerous to build over here because it will be close to Ethiopia, which they are not going to be happy about. And it will mean a second kind of isolated city, which is why I might rather go for one here. And then conquer Jerusalem so I can kind of solidify my empire in a way. What do we build at Antium? A workshop as well, I think. Or not as well, but build a workshop. Haven't built one in Rome yet. Now when I'm done with all that, I will have physics done and I might try for the Notre Dame. See, so I think first a workshop, then a university in Cumae, just because the workshop will then help get the university quicker. It will shave a few turns of that combined effort. Workshop over here. I think then it's time to get into aqueducts, because I kind of stepped off the tradition development in my social policies, so it's important to get those aqueducts up myself, since I'm not gonna get them from a policy. Great scientist, that's always nice. So I usually just discover technology with my great scientists. I think it's a better use of it than building, for instance, a science upgrade on this one. Like at this point in the game, like if I work it the entire game, it will still give me slightly more science than it will give me now. But I'd just rather have that instant boost, basically always. Because I think the earlier use of certain technologies is also worth quite a bit. Especially like a little bit earlier in the game, when most of the civilizations are pretty close together with their technologies and you kinda might want to get a certain wonder. It's really powerful to use your great scientists to, you know, get to that tech just that little bit earlier. So you kinda get the edge in building the wonder as well. So yeah, I'm definitely wrapping up soon. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really care about any of this. I might want to build an aqueduct. No, I really want a Notre Dame for the extra 10 happiness. Because we're still only at 3, right? So building an extra city right now would actually tip us back into negative. So yeah, build a Notre Dame to get our happiness really a good proper boost. And then we can start expanding again.
John.
So let's see what we're gonna build in Antium. You can build an aqueduct, go ahead. So actually guys, I think this is where I will wrap up this episode. It's been not too much of an eventful episode. We've just done some good progression into the game. Got our civilization going a bit. Vienna didn't fall to the Iroquois, which is a really good development within this playthrough. And I think that's it for now. Don't forget to to like this video if you liked it, comment it if you wanna give me tips or advice on how to play this game, and be awesome, and that's it.